Mary, that's Sachi, and this is Mohan, and we are PurpleKiwi. So PurpleKiwi is a recipe app that helps you find the perfect recipe catered to your dietary restrictions. Just we could say that, but we have a little sampler for you guys. We made some granola, like vegan granola bars for you to try out. Would you guys like some? Would you like some?
Sure, I'll take one.
Yeah.
Thank you.
For many people, we find that they're often health conscious and they try to cook at home. But the problem with that is when people go online and try to find recipes that are both healthy and meet their dietary restrictions, it's often very hard to find them. And because many people also have busy schedules, such as working parents, they often don't have the time to find those recipes, which makes it difficult for them to find recipes that are healthy and meet their dietary restrictions. We also find that when people go to the grocery store to shop, many of them can't find the right ingredients, or they buy too many of one ingredient or too less of others, which often can spoil during the week, or they find when they're trying to cook a particular meal, they can't find the right ingredients for that recipe.
So the customer that we are targeting are health-conscious people with dietary restrictions, because our recipe focuses on the nutritional value of the recipes and it accommodates to every dietary restriction. We are also targeting working parents because we know that they may have busy schedules and they want to put out nutritional meals to their kids that accommodate to their food allergies. We will also be targeting college students because we know that they also have very busy schedules and our app is very quick and easy to use. So we actually had a survey and we got about 50 responses. 66% of our respondents said that they were from the ages 18 to 45, which shows that they were college students or working parents. 50% of our respondents are making $30,000 to about $100,000, which puts them in the middle class category. Our pricing strategy fits their budget. And 70% of our respondents have a dietary restriction, which makes our app perfect for them. So the solution to our problem is to have tested recipes which are filtered by our testing group to ensure that we have the most nutritional and the best recipes out there. We will also have a pre-made grocery list because I know that sometimes it's hard when you go to the grocery store and you either overbuy and you have to end up throwing out food, or you underbuy and you don't have enough ingredients for the recipe. So for our pre-made grocery list, so our user can pick the recipes that they want for the week, and it will combine all the ingredients from those recipes and make a pre-made grocery list, so when you go out grocery shopping, you know exactly what to get.
So our main competitor is called Yummly. Yummly is a website that kind of gives you recipes online. The problem with Yummly is that they're not user-friendly. They have a complicated user interface, and their links are not up to date. Some of the complaints that users have with Yummly is that they are missing nutritional facts. Sometimes their links don't work, and that when they try to print out recipes, they cannot. Also, another thing with Yummly is that virtually anyone could upload recipes onto their websites. So practically a teenager from like Michigan could upload a random recipe onto their website and it will still be considered valid. So what we do,
So at PurpleKiwi, what we want to focus on is the nutritional benefits that users are going to be getting because we know they're health conscious. So when a user clicks on a recipe, they can see exactly what nutritional facts are there for that recipe and how many calories each recipe is going to be having. We're also going to make sure that, unlike Yummly, all our recipes are going to be pre-filtered so that we only have the most premium and healthy recipes that reach our consumers.
So when we're looking at our market size, the total addressable market is 79,972,190 people. The serviceable available market is 943,601. And our first year market share is basically what we're trying to hone in on. Well, it's basically the population we're trying to get to use our app, which would be 944. It's briefly it's 1% of the serviceable available market. So how we crunch these numbers is, first we took the number of people in our nation that eat at home, cook meals at home maybe 3 to 5 times a week. So we also honed in on a serviceable addressable market by looking at how people how many households cook 3 to 6 times per week. How if their household income would be above 50,000, because we were trying to target the middle class section of income tax brackets. So we were also trying to hone in on the Chicagoland area, because we thought it would be we thought it would be the best ideas. And then we would also try to see who spends more than 30 minutes, because another thing about our app is we're trying to make these recipes really quick and simple, so that you wouldn't have to spend most time on cooking and you can enjoy the food more. Our basic price is $5.99, and you would have to subscribe every month. So our frequency every year to subscribe is 12 times, and since we're trying to hone in on that 1% of the serviceable and addressable market, we came up with 944 customers overall. Our financial model, our subscriptions include three levels. It's a basic level, $5.99, moderate level, $7.99, and premium level, $9.99. According to your subscription level, you're gonna be provided with different kinds of features on our app. You could get different types of maybe promotions, etc. We were also trying to raise revenue by advertisements. So when by banner ads, which means we would just on our app there would just be a tile which would be advertising somebody else's content. So we would get about 25 cents per click from the user. If you watch a video, we would be getting approximately $2.50 for every watch for a video. And then content promo is basically we would be advertising another person's sales or stuff like that. You know, when you go on Amazon and you find other websites, they're trying to show you we got 70% sales or a Black Friday sale. So that you would click on that content and you would be directly going through that link to their website. Our first year revenue is also projected to be $134,859.16. So this is just a projected forecast of what our financial profile would look like. For our first year, our revenue would be $135,000. Our gross profit would be the same. We also had expenses, startup expenses, etc. But for now, our selling goods and administration expenses would be $9,211, and our taxes would be $4,866. But overall, other than our expenses and revenue, we'd be making about $19,464 for our first year, and accordingly it would grow. So our minimum viable product, we're trying to create a landing page where we can get metrics like feedback and daily user traffic. That way we know how many people are actually interested in our product, how many people are using it every day, how popular it is, etc. We're also trying to use online advertisement, suppose on Facebook, social media apps, on other e-commerce websites like Amazon, etc. Once we find out that that our idea is actually that it's found in among the people that people are interested to use it, we might be going out, reaching out to grocery stores and fitness centers, gyms, etc. Whatever connects to our people, so that we can get feedback, more likely feedback. Right now, what we're asking for would be about $100 for a landing page domain. That would cover our domain costs and how much space we would be getting on cloud. We would also need $40 for business cards. We would be getting about how much per? About like 50. We'd be getting 50 per 10 cards. Yeah.
So then that way when we go to grocery stores and we go and market out to gyms and grocery stores, then we can hand them out to people. So then that will direct them straight to our website so that we can see their feedback on the recipes that we might put up.
And then we would also need 180 for online advertisements. We got these numbers by we reached out to a referral, so we kind of honed in on these numbers.
Yeah, so we looked on websites such as Facebook and Google to kind of see how much advertising would cost us. So for that price, we would get around 15 to like 30,000 people going on our website. Yeah. Thank you for your time, guys. Thank you.